Okay, hey everybody, this is David Barnyard Bees. I'm getting this tripod set up. Let's see how that goes. I'm not used to using the tripod, so let's just see how this works. What I'm doing today, I promised to make a video here, and what I'm doing is a video on how to sell a nuke or do a split and still have the nuke that you just sold, or do a split at the same time. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in this nuke right here. This nuke is going to a customer, and what I'll do, I'll pull all but one frame out, and the frame that I'm leaving will be full of young brood that I'll leave for seed, and then I'll put 2 empty starter strip frames on each side of it, and then all those foragers will go back in the hive, and that will create a seed, and then I can come back later and cut a queen cell and put in there, or add a virgin queen, or do just a plain walk-away split where they'll make their own queen. The best thing you could do probably is to add a queen cell, because you'd get a return back a lot quicker than you would if you just do a walk-away split. Basically, if you do a walk-away split, from best that I've seen, most of the time 20 to 30 days when that queen is hatched, goes on a mating flight, comes back and starts laying, is almost always close to 30 days, 20 to 30 days, depending on the honey flow, depending on your amount of drones you have in the area at the time. Right now, probably more like 20 days, because the drone population is incredible right now. There's a lot of drones. The honey flow is coming on pretty hot and heavy right now. So all that adds to, this time of year is the easiest time you'll ever find to make queens. As it goes on towards the summer, it gets harder and harder as you get towards the fall. You get less and less drones. The nectar flow's not here. You get into a dearth, it gets harder and harder as it goes on. Right now, it's hard to make a mistake when making queens. It works out really well right now. So then what I do, I'll take that nuke that's going to a customer, and I'll set it out on a stand that I have. It's a staging stand, I call it. And it'll sit there for a week. And then it'll build back up within a week. I'll feed it heavy. It'll be like it was never touched. Meanwhile, this hive is growing, and by that time, if I had added a queen cell to it, it will be hatched out by then, and going out on the flighting nuke. Sorry about that, folks. It'll go out on a mating flight and come back and return, and she'll be laying. And once I see proof that she's laying, I can come into another strong nuke, pull out a frame of cap brood that's just getting ready to hatch, shake it, drop it in that nuke. That thing will explode. It'll be ready to sell again in a couple of weeks. So this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you how we do this. Here we go. Okay, I pulled out. This hive right here is really packed. There's a lot of bees in here. And actually, this is the row here that we did the splits on. We installed these packages, and we left the queen confined to this row and the back row. So they're coming back, and like right here, this hive, every other hive has a split in it coming back and growing. So you can see they are just, this is about half honey and the rest brood. This hive here, a week ago, what I had to do was go in and pull out the honey, because it had way too much honey in it. And that may sound odd to a lot of people, but when you're growing bees, you don't want your hive packed out with honey, because the queen can't lay and you're not propagating bees that way. So what I did, I pulled out, I put in 2 blanks, and this is one of them. And look how they've drawn that out. This is not even a week. This was like 5 days ago, maybe four days ago, and it's drawed out, and then now it's not filled up with honey. It's light. As soon as I pull it up, I knew. And when you look through it, you can see, you can't see on the video, but there's new eggs in it where she just had laid. So that's why you got to, if you get honey bound, that's another thing that can cause you to swarm. So you don't want that. You don't want. So it's good to pull that honey out, use it in another hive that may not have as much, or use it as a split. Now this frame right here is heavy. It's got a lot of honey in it. Look, see those bees fall off? It's absolutely packed. A lot of bees. Looking for the queen. She was on this frame right here before I made the video, so I could find her quick and wouldn't have to spend so much time on the video. But she could have been in the pile that just had fell in right there. And that right there is a lesson in itself, guys. When you're pulling up frames like that, you're better off to hold it. And luckily it did. When it fell right in. Always inspect, try to keep it above your hive if possible. She was on the bottom. She may have just fell in the box there with that pile. I think she's maybe in that cluster in the corner, and she's not. Okay, well, she may have fell in the box, but I'll go ahead and show you what I'm going to do here. I know she's pretty much on that frame there, or she's probably most likely not on this frame here, but I'll make sure. But this frame right here, the new frame, has a lot of young larvae on it. A lot of eggs. Very young larvae because the frame's not been in there very old. So that's what you're looking for when you want your seed back in your hive. That's what you're looking for. So what I'm going to do, let me look, make sure I got a box ready. This right here is a box I already have ready to go. It just needs now. I'll set a box up like that. Look one more time just to maybe get lucky. Okay, I don't see her. So I'll move on to the customer. One blank starter strip fishing line. They'll draw that down, and just like they did that frame there, 3 or 4 days, 5 days tops, I'll leave it there for a week and make sure it is filled out. And then a lot of bees in here, a lot of bees. It's absolutely packed. This frame here was one of the other frames that I put in there that was a blank. And it's packed full of eggs. So that's why I do that. Had I not pulled that honey out, she wouldn't have anywhere to lay. And then you could look at a swarm situation where, like Fat Bee Man says, they do two things. They multiply and make honey. Well, if they can't multiply, they're honey bound. They get up and swarm on you. So it's good to keep that honey pulled out. Put blank, empty frames back in. Let them draw it out. It won't take them long at all. So that's what I'm going to do. All this goes to the customer. I'll leave one frame in there. This box will stay. And this box here will fill out in no time. And that's how you increase. Now you could actually do this with a box that's packed as much as this one is. What you could do too is find you another frame, or an empty frame, or a drawed out frame, better. And put two boxes side by side. Move this one over about 6 inches and put your other box in right beside it. And those foragers will all come back and they'll share the boxes. And then you can do two splits that way. You sold one and you got two more in return. So this is just like regenerating all through the summer, all summer long. You just keep on going with these. You should never run out of Nucs. And that's how we do it. So I'm going to move these frames over. I won't take more time on the video because that's basically all I'm going to do is move these frames over, leave one in, close it up. Now the box down is ready to go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, Barnyard Bees. Getting used to this tripod, folks, so kind of have a little patience with me. I'm not used to. Oh, well, I got the camera on, right over there under that tree to the left is where I stage these bees and let them grow out for a week. So bees are really active today. See, I get ready to close out a video and I just keep going, don't I? They're really active. They're doing good today. They're all looking good. Thanks for watching, Barnyard Bees.